Welcome to the Chiefs Way. Now mash that subscribe button or drop it, give me 50!
Hey YouTube, today's video is on what are you gonna do when the sun hasn't shined for a week and a half and it's snowing all over your panels out there and you're not making any power and your battery's getting low. So we're gonna find out, so stick around. Hey, we're gonna need 4 things to charge our batteries when the sun doesn't shine. 1 is a generator, 2 is an extension cord, 3 is a way to penetrate the dwelling. If you look back in a couple videos of mine, you see we installed that port. And 4 is a charger. We're going to be using the Ames 12 volt and 24 volt 75 amp charger. The reason I purchased this one is because Will from DIY Solar and the Lithium Solar Channel use this all the time, and they've had great success with it. So let's go get started. All right, the generator's running. I got it on the eco mode right now, and all I have to do is just kind of put a tarp over it. But we got to make sure that there's plenty of space for the exhaust to get out. Okay, we got the tarp over our generator. It's like a little tent, so we got an open area in the back for the exhaust to get out. So let's go inside and get our charger turned on and get it running. Okay, we're back inside, and the first thing we have to do before we can turn our charger on, at least with this charger, is it needs to see the 12 volts from the battery. So we got this breaker right up here. I'm going to turn it on. I normally leave this breaker off because even with this thing unplugged and powered off, it'll pull like 20 watts because there's like a relay in there. So when you're not using it, you just got to leave it in the off position. So I'll turn this on. Okay. And now we can start up our charger. Okay, it's turned on and we can hear the fans going. And we need to set it up for how much charging current we want. Since this is a new generator, I only want to run it at about half of its capacity. So I'm going to set this up to pull about 800 watts from that generator. The generator's running. And I mean, it's not super loud at all. It's pretty darn quiet. I mean, and we're going to go back around and check on the exhaust. I did check it. I mean, the exhaust out of this thing really doesn't get all that hot. So you can leave your hand right at the exhaust indefinitely. Okay, everything looks good back here. So we're going to just let it charge. Back inside, you can see that it's charging right around 49 amps, pretty darn close. And you can see the time says to the battery will be full is nearly 8 hours. So this is 600 amp hours worth of batteries. So at 658 watts or 660 watts, it's going to take a little while to charge. So I'll probably have to stop and put a little bit more gas in it because they said about half power. It has about a 6.5 hour run time. So I mean, we're going to have to build in a fuel stop along the way. So let's just let it keep going and we'll check in on it. Just a note on the side, as we are charging with the the battery charger and the generator, we're still getting a little bit of power from solar today. So you can see that we're getting like 1 1/3 amps. So that's going to assist us. If the sun peaks out a little bit here or there, the clouds get a little thinner, and that power goes up coming from the charge controller. Obviously, our charge to full time, that time will, go down as we're getting more solar energy also. So we'll check back in later. Interesting thing happened here while we were watching it, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. Even though we are charging, we're still charging with the battery charger and the generator, but we're still hooked up powering our house and whatever our load is. In this case, it's this refrigerator over here. And if we look right now, even though we're charging with like 49 amps, okay, we're only charging the batteries right now with 19 amps. Okay, that's because it just happened to do it during our video. This refrigerator over here has like a defrost cycle that happens every so often, and that'll pull about, even though the refrigerator compressor's not running, there's little heaters in the walls that you know melt the frost that might be getting in there, and that pulls around 400 watts when it happens. So that's why we're only charging with 257 something watts right now, is because even though we're charging with the generator, we're still powering our loads in our house. So that's that 400. If you add 400 to that 257, that's the 650 that we were charging with before. All right, just wanted to bring that to your attention, that even though you're charging your batteries, you're still powering your house at the time. Okay, that defrost cycle on the refrigerator just ended, and you see we're back up to like 691 watts now of charging, 51 amps, because we are getting a bit more of a power boost from our solar, which we're approaching 4 amps now, that the clouds might be getting a little thinner out there. This should be around maybe 50 watts, 56 watts from the solar. Okay, now the refrigerator has actually turned on and the compressor is running. You can see we're at 618 watts. We were up over 700 watts until the refrigerator turned on, because now we're getting, you can see we're getting almost 5 amps additional out of our solar charge controller. So again, this is another example that even when you're charging your batteries, you're still running your house. Hey, we were seeing a significant drop in what I was getting out of the panels. So on a snowy day, you got to remember that snow is gonna, block it, and so you got to come out and clean it out. So I use a squeegee, and I'm gonna go clean off the panels. Okay, after cleaning those panels off, you can see our output now, even on a cloudy day, is getting up around 6 amps. The refrigerator had turned off, so you can see that we're back up to charging with 723 watts, or 53 amps. So there's basically 58 coming from the charger and another 5-ish coming from the solar panels. Okay, YouTube, we're chugging right along here. We're getting like 6.5 amps out of our charge controller, and another 47.8 out of our battery charger that's hooked to our generator. And we still got about 6 hours to go to get this thing filled up. So, I mean, we got a chug here to do, a long haul. But I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this video up for now, because yeah, I think you got the gist of what it takes to charge a battery when the sun doesn't shine. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.